really hope I love these books. Hi everyone, my name's Chloe, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today I am going to talk through some books that I really hope are going to be 5 stars. I love watching these videos because I think it gives you an insight into what people's reading tastes are and also kind of how they approach going into a book, because it's always good when you have those books that you're like, okay, I think I'm really going to love this. I mean, I was picking the books for this video and I have plenty of books on my shelf, but there's not many that I would say I think this is going to be 5 stars. So it's been really fun to sort of narrow that down and go, oh, actually no, these are the ones I'm really excited for. Anyway, enough with the babbling, let's just talk about what books I think I'm going to love. I do plan, by the way, on reading these books this year, hopefully, vlogging each one, and then we'll do a little bit of a check-in and see how we get on and whether or not these are actually 5 stars, because again, that's also really fun to see whether or not it actually lived up to the hype, I suppose. So, yes, let's see which books they are. The first one actually I'm going to talk about I don't have here, so I will insert a picture. The first couple actually are pre-orders, so I do have them coming soon. I'm that excited about them that I'm pre-ordering them, so I would hope they're going to be 5 stars. The first one being One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. So this book, I will say actually before I go into this, I won't have the best synopsis for a lot of these because I tend to not know too much going into a book, but I will do the best I can. What I know of this book is it's basically about a girl who lives in New York and she ends up meeting another girl on the subway who is trapped in time, and she's from the 70s, I believe, and it's a love story between those two. For anyone who isn't aware of who Casey McQuiston is, have you been living under a rock? She wrote Red, White and Royal Blue, which was everywhere on BookTube a couple of years ago. Red, White and Royal Blue is a book that I reach for whenever I need a pick-me-up. I've read it about 5 times now. I plan on rereading it again in June during Whatever-a-thon, and I also plan on reading One Last Stop in June during Whatever-a-thon. I'm so excited for this book. If it's anywhere near as good as Red, White and Royal Blue, it will be 5 stars for me. That's basically the only reason why I'm saying it will be, just because I loved that first book so much. I really, really hope this one is as well. On the other pre-order that I have that I hope will be 5 stars, it is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So Taylor Jenkins Reid has wrote quite a few books actually, but the 2 that I've read of hers are Daisy Jones and the Six and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I believe that Malibu Rising actually takes place in the same world as Daisy Jones and the Six. It tells the story of a family who live in that sort of Hollywood, well, Malibu environment. I believe their dad is one of the record producers maybe from Daisy Jones. He's somebody like an industry person in that. They are the kids, and basically they have a big party, and then I think something happens at the party. Again, don't know too much about this one, just know that the other 2 books from Taylor Jenkins Reid that I've read, I gave 5 stars to both of them. I love them both. They both kind of wrecked me a little bit, but that's not a bad thing. Hopefully this one is going to be 5 stars as well. Then the next ones that I have are actually books I have physically, and I've tried to be a little bit diverse with sort of the types of books that I have here. So I've started off with middle grade actually, which I don't read a lot of middle grade, but I'm very, very excited for this one, and that is Me, My Dad and the End of the Rainbow by Benjamin Dean. So this tells the story of a young boy whose parents are split up and he doesn't quite know why, but he knows the answer might lie at the end of the rainbow. Essentially his dad is gay, and it's about him discovering more about that and the LGBT community. I just think this sounds adorable, and if it is as well done as I hope it will be, I think it has potential to be a very, very highly rated book from me. I've heard very, very good things about it. It's been getting a lot of buzz, so hopefully this one you'll see it as a 5-star read soon. Again, I'm hoping to read this one in June for Whatever-a-thon. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a readathon that is hosted by Maddie from Book Browsing Blog, and basically you can read whatever you want, but there are teams and there are captains for each of those teams. I have joined Team Contemporary, which is being captained by Steph from Steph Loves, in India from What India Read, and I am planning to hopefully read all contemporary during that month because that means I get bonus points. And hopefully this one will be a nice 5-star. In the middle of that month of craziness, it's going to be Whatever-a-thon. Next up, I've gone for a bit of a fantasy, and this one's been on my TBR for a while and I just keep not picking it up, and that is Girls of Paper and Fire. So I got this one in a fairy loot ages ago. It's got the beautiful pink sprayed edges. I don't even remember exactly what it's about. Yeah, I believe it's about some sort of competition where the girls are competing to be the king's consort, but then there's a sapphic love story, I believe, between two of the competitors. I don't know much about it. I've just heard very, very good things, and what I have heard has really piqued my interest. So hopefully this is going to be as good as I think it's going to be, and we'll see. I hope I do finally get around to reading it this year. And then I have two more, well, 3, but one of them's kind of a bonus. But the next one is a contemporary, and that is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. So I have read 2 other Elizabeth Acevedo books. I have read The Poet X and Clap When You Land. I loved both of those books. I did start reading this, but I only read like a chapter and then put it down because I just wasn't in the mood for it. I think I'm a little bit scared of reading it, mainly because her other 2 books have been told in verse, so they've been poetry based, and that's part of the reason why I love them, is that I can kind of fly through them. I really loved her poetry style. This one isn't. This one is actually in prose, and I think I'm a bit scared of not liking the writing style quite as much. But if it is anything like her other books, then I will love it, and I have heard very, very good things about this one. So this tells the story of the main character in this one wants to be a chef, and she has a 2-year-old daughter. She's 17 years old. She has a 2-year-old daughter. She wants to be a chef, and I believe it's basically just about her life. And with that, that's all I really know about it, and that's all I want to know. But I do think if it's as good as the other ones, I will absolutely love it. And then, like I said, for the last one, it's really the last 2, because one of these I hope will be a 5-star, and that is The Night Circus and The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. So I haven't read anything, as you can see, by Erin Morgenstern, but I own both of her books. I do not really know anything about either of those. I know Night Circus is obviously set at a circus. I know Starless Sea is a book about books, from what I know. But I don't want to know anything else, because all I do know about these is that they both feature very beautiful lyrical writing. I love beautiful lyrical writing. One of my favourite writers is Laini Taylor. And from other people who on BookTube who love these books, I do have similar book taste too, so I'm hoping that I love them as much as those people do seem to. And I think that's, again, I've had these for a while, I've not picked them up, and I think it's because I'm scared I'm not going to love them as much as I plan to. So I think that's what I'm kind of figuring out from this video, is that I go into books thinking, yes, this is going to be 5-star, or at least I buy the books thinking, yes, I'm going to love this, it's going to be 5-star, and then I put off reading it because I'm scared of actually not loving it. It's a nice little learning lesson from today's video. This has actually been quite a short video for me, but those are the books. Like I said, I can't really tell you much about the synopsis because I don't want to know too much about them. So join me when I do the catch-up, hopefully later on this year, and I tell you whether or not those books were 5 stars, and then I'll have a little bit longer discussion on thoughts and feelings. Yeah, and hopefully I'll have more sort of coherent thoughts and feelings and be able to give you a bit more synopsis, and it might be a little bit longer. But yes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. I would love to talk to you all guys in the comments. I would love to know ideas of what type of videos you would like to see. Please leave whatever you want down below, well, within reason, but chat to me. Let's start the conversation. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.